Hi guys, and welcome to Trucking Along with Kiersey. That's me, your positive voice in trucking. Today we're going to talk about burning out and how to prevent it. It's really easy, especially when you're new and you're trying to run hard and make that money and everything. People aren't used to going out for long periods of time, and they do get homesick, but you're also in this rush mentality a lot of times. And new drivers often put a lot of stress on themselves that experienced drivers don't have. So we're going to talk about that when we come back. One thing to understand is that experienced and new drivers deal with dispatch differently. Here's an example. I was given a load to bring into Rochelle, Illinois, into Sterling, Illinois, yesterday. So before I even made the delivery yesterday, I was already pre-planned on a load. I needed to leave and get as close to my delivery yesterday so I'd have a full clock so I could deliver this today and then drive to my next pickup. Well, the pickup appointment ended at noon, but my delivery on this load was for 1400. They didn't expect me to pick up a load at noon that I didn't even deliver 2 hours later yet. You know what I'm saying? Load 1 delivers at 1400, load 2 picks up at 12. They didn't expect that. What they expected me to do was make my delivery and then get out of my delivery and send them an ETA so they could change the appointment. That's it. But what new drivers do is they get all discombobulated and they get all huffy puffy and their blood pressure then rises, and it's, oh, they want me to do this. How do they expect me to be in 2 places at once? They don't. But it's a pre-plan, and they're not going to schedule you an appointment until they know what time you're getting out of that delivery. Because some places, like I've been at Walmarts that take 2 hours, and I've been at Walmarts that take 6 hours. Associate Grocers is known to take 6-7 hours. I've sat indoors for 8 hours at a time. So, because of that, all they really expect from you is to give them an ETA when you make your delivery. Give them an ETA, okay, I'm out of here, I need to go wash my trailer, I need to go fuel, and then I'll be on my way to the customer. It's going to take me X number of time, hours to drive, and I want to give myself a cushion in case there's traffic or I'm going up hills or there's bad weather. So you add a couple more hours onto that. That's the difference between an experienced driver and a new driver. New drivers panic and then they get frustrated, and then it's, oh, dispatch doesn't know what they're doing. No, dispatch knows what they're doing most of the time. What it is the brand new driver behind the wheel that's all ticked off and frustrated now doesn't know what they're doing because they haven't had the experience long enough to be able to realize how to handle it. So, preventing burnout. I got a couple people that asked me, like, what do you do? How do you relax? How do you unwind? Do you get free time? What do you do? How do you deal with preventing a burnout? I've been basically, I was rush my first year, and it's not that I don't try to get more miles, but I also try to realize I need my own downtime. So if I put my truck into the terminal, like the other day, I put my truck into the terminal and then I spent the night, or I would get a 34, and a lot of times I go into the terminal, I'll go get a hotel room and I'll sit in a jacuzzi tub, or I'll go swimming. The hotel has an indoor pool, and I'll go swimming, and I'll meet up with friends at the terminal, and then we'll go out to dinner. Sometimes it's just nice just to get an Uber and go to the movies, or even go to a shopping mall. Maybe that's not as elaborate what other people do. I have a friend that he makes it a point to go to truck stops that are near steakhouses. So, for example, the big Texan who's kind of like world famous. You eat the 79-ounce steak or 76-ounce steak or whatever it is, and they give you a free one, something like that, or you don't pay for it, or, you know, it's some marketing gimmick. But not only does that steakhouse have truck parking on the property, but they have a limousine that will come around and pick you up from Walmart or the truck stops in the area in Amarillo. You know, if that's your thing, I took one of my students there. He loved it. There's another steakhouse that's really good that same student really enjoyed. It's called Lucille's, and that is west of Oklahoma City on I-40 at exit 84, I believe. Weatherly. It's Weatherly, Oklahoma. And Lucille's, there's a truck stop next door that I'm pretty sure is an ASAP or an ALSAP. I'll post the link below. But there's always truck parking there, even in the middle of the night, even in winter. It's an awesome place to go. It's so much better to park there than Oklahoma City. I don't park in Oklahoma City anymore since I found this place. And so it has pull-throughs, but it also has a wide amount of space between the pull-throughs and the back row. So you are practically in a straight line back. It's really easy parking. It's lit up so you can see. It's not like you're going to be scared to back up because you can't see what you're doing. Next door is Lucille's Steakhouse, and in the morning they have breakfast and lunch menus in a separate part of the diner. There is also a Holiday Inn Express, so if you want to take a couple days and say, all right, I'm going to shut down, or I'm going to take a 34 here, that's a good place to stop. There is an aviation museum there, and there's a couple other museums that are a quick Uber ride away. You know, get off the truck. Every once in a while you need to do that, and you might not feel like you have the money in the beginning to maybe go get a hotel room for $100 a night or 150 or whatever, because, you know, I'm a little extravagant. I don't like the Motel 6s and the Super 8s, but, you know, maybe get the Uber. Just get off the truck and go away. Maybe, you know, I know people that buy bikes and they strap the bikes to the deer guard or behind the cab. You know, go for a bike ride. You know, find something that's yours that you look forward to, that you're able to do. There's some place that I keep saying I'm going to stop and I haven't done it, so I am going to do it one of these days. Moab, in Moab, Utah. I'm like, I want to go. Not only do they have the archaeological digs there where they found the dinosaurs, and they have like a dinosaur museum there, but they have helicopter rides that go all through around the canyons, and they have zip lines, and they have like the rope bridges. So if you're a hiker, that's really cool. You can rent dune buggies and go like Baja and across the desert. They do have like river tours, like the duck tours and everything, so you can take a riverboat ride. And it just looks like a really cute town to stop. There's lots of little shops and there's little things to do, and they have decent hotels right in the middle of everything, so you can walk places. I'm pretty sure I saw some tour buses that would like pick people up and then take them off to the different excursions. But there's like a Hummer rental place. There's white water rafting that people do. So find some of these places, and people in your company might even have some kind of like, you know, tours or groups that they go in. There are a few drivers I know at Prime that we have a terminal in Pittston, Pennsylvania, which is actually the Pennsylvania Poconos. So they park their trucks there, and then they all wind up taking, you know, renting a van or a truck or whatever, and they go to the ski resorts for the weekend. There are things that you can do if you're interested. You know, I have one friend that he was trying to get a bunch of truckers to go whitewater rafting, like up in Washington or Oregon or someplace like that. And if you've been to those places, they're absolutely gorgeous. Who wouldn't want to go there? Museums. There are museums for everything. If you're not an outdoorsy person, that's okay, but there are museums for everything. And a lot of these museums do have truck parking, or at least, you know, if you were going to go on your home time, then, or just a 34, you may be able to drop your trailer at a customer or someplace and take the 34 and bobtail out. You can go stay at a hotel, or, you know, you could park someplace like, there are so many museums. I mean, there are museums that I never thought of, a button museum and a vacuum cleaner museum, and that might sound weird, but I really love history. So from an historical aspect, because you go to a toy museum that has toys that are 200 years old, and you see the different things that, you know, of how it goes, or how things are made, or, you know, see the caves and the hideouts where Jesse James was, or where Bonnie and Clyde, you know, hid out, that kind of thing. It could be really cool and interesting. And, you know, like, there's a new driver right now who just called me and said that he's going to Vegas. So he's going to park at a truck stop that has truck parking, and he's going to go take his 34 there in Vegas and go to the Vegas Strip because he's never been there. You know, there are things that you can do, and I suggest that you become friends with people in your company. You'd be surprised at how many people you can run into, and you're not even planning on it, just because you're running the same freight lanes, especially if you're in the same division, you know, or you wind up at the terminals together. You know, I have a friend that I brought in my truck just for a PM and I had an air leak and a deer guard replaced, and I had no idea that she was there. I just happened to text and say, hey, what you doing? And she's like, oh, you know, I'm in the terminal. I had to go get this done. Wow, okay, we're here. You know, so sometimes you can plan your services to meet up with people. You know, it doesn't have to be such a lonely type of job, and it doesn't have to be work all the time, but you have to be really good at time management to try to create a life on the road, and balance your life at home too. But it can be done. And if you come into this as work all the time, you can get burnt out. That's why, like, I make it a point at least once a month. I'm usually in a terminal, and I get my massage, and I relax, and I unwind, and then I go get a load. I get my truck worked on, and I go get a load going someplace where it will interest me, and I know that it'll give me a really high-paying week when I come out, so I don't feel like I wasted my time or anything like that. When I'm there, I go in and you know, see my fleet manager. I have a PO box there, so if there's something that I need, I can have it shipped there and go pick it up and get going. But it doesn't have to be horrible. You know, I talked about in the negativity video that some of these people out here just want to say, oh, trucking's hard, it's so evil, it's so hard and everything. Well, you know what? It's not always. It's what you make it out to be. And if you put yourself in a situation where you can meet people, and maybe you guys can schedule to do things together, and you can schedule to meet up, then you don't feel so alone. And I'll probably do a depression video, because I've seen a lot of people talk about that. So, you know, if you have a favorite spot you like to visit, then please comment below and let us know where it is, whether you visit steakhouses or museums. If there was any kind of trip that you took while you were out here that was really interesting that you want to share, please let us know. And please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and ring the little notification bell. I really love that. We are like at 11,000 views, I think, and 282 subscribers, so I'm really happy and excited. Woohoo! Thanks, guys, and I hope to see you guys out here trucking along. Bye.